That's a good angle.
Hmm?
That's a good angle.
Some other outdoor events? Why not rent a tent for rain and sun protection? Rent a tent also rents tables and chairs. Call Rent a Tent at 526-6000. We'll cover you and make sure you are well seated.
Welcome back. We now are joined by the Vice President of the VX Games Foundation, Mr. Rolando Brison, and also with him is one of top gamers in this part of the world, the United States and in the Caribbean, Mr. Isaiah Johnson, better known as Triforce. He's CEO of Empire Arcadia, and development organization for digital competitive entertainment and the world's most winning video game team. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us again, Lloyd.
Well, it's good to have you here. Sorry that the time kind of caught up with us there, and we're going to have you back at another time when we have some more time because we have some topics to discuss. But we'll start with the first topic, developing video games and the video sport here on St. Martin and in the Caribbean. And maybe you could talk to that. How is it coming along, and does it need an injection in some way?
Definitely. I mean, we have to say we got a lot of support from the community, from the government, from corporate sponsors as well, because they've realized that, it's a niche market of people. However, it's a growing number of people around the world that are into this. And we found it as a very interesting medium to reaching young people, especially. Because sometimes we try to reach young people through the schools or through any social mediums, but it's also important to engage in what they're engaged in. And we like what we do every Sunday. We have casual gaming sessions. The fact that we can bring them there together, we have them a safe environment. Those kind of things is also part of what we want to do in terms of community building and just like how traditionally a lot of them might have been doing some wrong things at that moment in time. We kind of, like, as the cliche kind of goes, get them off the streets kind of situation. And we have a lot of those kind of kids who we know we steer in a better direction and say, listen, learn from what we do in video gaming. And then the other aspect, of course, being tourism, being that we attracted, close to 400 people to the island in the slow season. Just recently with our VX Games event. The tourism aspect is something, especially for the Caribbean, that's very interesting to us because these people, each year, last year we had 128 international people. Now we more than tripled it. It's going to continue to grow because the word is spreading that they can come here and not just play video games, but experience the island, go out and eat, have fun with the people, go to the parties, and all this kind of stuff. So it's definitely something that the Caribbean is in a unique position to take advantage of more than any place in the world because we offer, especially St. Martin, a complete package experience for the people.
Triforce, looked like you decided to make St. Martin either your second home or your first home.
Yeah, actually, it's like my second home.
Okay.
More like my first home, though, but either way.
How's it going for you, and how was the last games that you had?
Well,
did you see an improvement from the time before?
Definitely seen an improvement. The VX Games have made it a mission to bring a different type of service to St. Martin using tourism, new media, entertainment technology, and eSports. That's what they call it in the States, which is just another word of saying competitive gaming. And there's definitely, we've definitely had a great time here. We actually did better than we did last year. We were in the newspapers. We won most of the competition this year. But more importantly is the development of eSports, what it can bring to the Caribbean and South America, which is pretty much Latin America. Esports is a really, really big thing that's going on. It's going to be the new phenomenon in sports entertainment. They have, you have these different organizations around the world developing federations and Congress for esports. In North America, you have MLG, and that's run by like Sundance. Then like in Europe, you have DreamHack, and then literally just recently, it actually came on. It was on the front page of the Facebook for the VX Games. They had the Australian Esports Federation, and pretty much what they're all trying to do is they're trying to industrialize the competitive gaming aspect because it draws in so many people, millions of viewers congruently watching particular video game. So those subscribing, new markets are being created out of this, money is being generated. And what we have here is an opportunity for for Latin America to develop their own esports federation and join in on the global phenomenon, which is esports. And that's pretty much what I see the VDX Games is doing, which is definitely why I support them, because we're a development company for digital competitive entertainment. So, Rolando, says, he wants to try to get into the esport realm and pretty much use the VDX Games as the Trojan horse to set up an esports federation for Latin America, so that the Caribbean gamers and gamers throughout South America can also join in, and they can compete. Trust me, because they make it hard for my team to win it. Yeah. My team is a very powerful team. We just came, we did very well at the World Championships, and that's fighting against the Asian players. But the Caribbean players, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, those guys, they give so many problems.
Yeah. Overall, if you look at the Caribbean region as a whole, compared to we had over 100 Americans, we had a guy from Taiwan, we had some people from Europe, London and so on. And overall, the Caribbean actually performed better than them as a whole. I mean, Puerto Rico got 2 championships here at the 2 biggest games with the biggest prizes, which was Street Fighter and Marvel. Those are the 2 biggest games. And Puerto Rico won that, Dominican Republic won the King of Fighters video game as well. Puerto Rico also won the Call of Duty tournament. Jamaica won FIFA, the soccer game. So it showed that the Caribbean, that's also a big draw we have here in St. Martin, is that all of the Caribbean gamers as well also want to come, because it's their best opportunity to have a place where they can come and compete against the international talent. Now with St. Martin, a lot of these countries, particularly Dominican Republic and Jamaica, they have a much harder time going to countries because of visa restrictions to be able to compete. With St. Martin, we assist in the visa process, we advise them, we tell them what documents they have to get, and they don't get that kind of support from any other government. And as a result of that, we were able to attract a large number of people from Jamaica and Dominican Republic to come to the island and compete, and that keeps adding up each year, because people start to realize that this is where they can go and make a name for themselves as a competitor. When they go back home to their sponsors and they pull up the VDX Games website and they show their name, and they go to their government and say they show their flag, that the Venezuelan flag, for example, the guys from Venezuela that won Tekken, they told me they went back home and they had like a hero's welcome when they got back. And that's the kind of thing we're developing here. Like it's really like an Olympics, but online. I mean, right now the U.S. government has recognized competitive gamers officially as athletes. In other words, now people can apply to enter the U.S. as an athlete if you're going for an esports tournament. This is the U.S. government that did that. Yeah. So that shows from the highest level up to the Supreme Court, they recognized, all right, time to change our laws, because we also recognize there are millions of people that want to travel to go to these tournaments. We can't close the border to them. We have to open up the borders. Yeah. And that's the kind of thing. St. Martin is the first island in the Caribbean that has done that we've positioned ourselves where hundreds and soon to be thousands of people are going to start coming to the island, definitely in the summer, so we positioned it as a slow season operation, but it's going to probably expand to the point where we might need to do this 2 or 3 times a year even.
Yeah. Briefly, the level of our players, has it grown? Is there progress there?
St. Martin players still have a long way to go. I mean, but definitely progress. I mean, they stepped it up a lot. We had a lot more local competition than last year. Our local numbers almost doubled compared to last year. But particularly, we did win one of the games. I think it was Halo. Halo.
Yeah,
Halo. Suraj Tanjani, he won that, and we also won NBA. By far, we were the best actually in NBA. A young man named Joe he beat the guys from Virgin Islands, from Jamaica, Puerto Rico that came down. Last year, Puerto Rico won NBA. But the Puerto Rican champion sent his cousin this time, who he said is better than him, and the Puerto Rican guy got beaten by a local. So it's really good to see that St. Martin did win a couple of championships.
Well, that's good. Congratulations to those that won. And
Indeed.
pretty soon we're going to be champions because we have Triforce now. Is going to be a local.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we're going to
he's
start
gonna-
looking at him. So he's going to be.
That's cheating.
That's cheating, right? New York already got you, right?
Listen, the soccer teams do that all the time when they go and they take a guy from
Yeah.
Africa, they
Yeah.
take a guy from Jamaica, and they tell him all of a sudden he's British.
Yes. What do they call that in basketball? I think?
Naturalization,
Yeah.
or whatever they call it. Yeah, that's.
But in closing on my part, this is something that I'm glad what's her name, Sarah, the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister.
For St. Martin, she came down to the event and she definitely said that the St. Martin government supports the Video X Games.
Oh
and
yeah,
what they're
I
trying
heard.
to do.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I'm glad that they're doing that because there is with money, you can, people say money is the root of all evil, and that's not true. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil.
Yeah.
If you use money in a positive way, you can do a lot of positive things. And what esports can do in terms of generating money can help St. Martin bring in tourists in a whole different way for the next generation.
Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Again, sorry for the short time that we gave you, but we're going to give you some more time in the
problem,
future.
man.
So we're going to definitely work it out. Good luck to you with the esports, and we hope to see an improvement as the
Thanks
time
a lot.
goes by.
Thank you very much, and
Okay.
thanks to all listeners.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Folks, we're out of time. Enjoy the rest of the day. See you. Bye-bye.
Right.